plus 2x squared minus 9. Find f if f prime equals 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus 9. Well, let's think about it. What do I have here in my problem? Don't I have f prime's a derivative? So don't I have the derivative? And so I need to go back to the function that it was. So what do I need to do? Antiderivative, right? So this, to get this out of this, I need to do the antiderivative, right? Because I've got the derivative, so I need to work backwards to get to my original function. So I need to do the antiderivative of that. So f of x is going to be the antiderivative of that. Well, add 1 to the power, you got 4. So you have 4 divided by 4, x to the 4th. Here you add 1, you got x third, so it's 2/3 x to the 3rd. Minus 9, so the antiderivative is minus 9x. What else? Plus c, so cleaning that up. That's just 1, so it'd be x to the 4th plus 2/3 x cubed minus 9x plus c. Okay? So it's the same thing. It's just in the notation previously we used. Okay. They'll word it both of the ways. Okay? All right. Now, here's the next step. Let's find f if f double prime of x equals 18x squared. What do I have here? I have the second derivative. So what do I do to find f? Well, if I got the second derivative, I'm going to have to do the antiderivative twice, aren't I? Because if I do the antiderivative of this, what is that going to get me? Well, the antiderivative of that would put me at the derivative, wouldn't it? It would put me at f prime. Right? Because what would that be? That would be 18 over 3 x cubed plus c, or 6x cubed plus c. Yeah. Isn't that f prime? Because when I do the derivative of that, it gets me that, but the derivative of the first derivative is the second derivative. So if I do the antiderivative of the second derivative, that just gives me the first derivative. With me? So what do I have to do? I have to do it one more time, don't I? Do a second round of antiderivative. So I do the antiderivative of this, and that gets me back to f. Now, so that would give me f of x equals, let's talk about it. So that'd be add 1, so it'd be x to the 4, so I have 6 over 4 x to the 4th, plus, okay, now, what's the antiderivative of c? Cx, yeah. It's just like a number. It's just like when I had 9 here. That put me to 9x. Well, if it's c, that's just a number, so the antiderivative is cx. Now, what else do I need? I need another constant. And the thing about it is, this constant may not match that constant. So let's call it d. Because if you put c there, that's saying this c and this c match, but that may not be the case. This could be 50, that could be 100. This could be 1, that could be 2. So it's two different constants. Could be matching, but may probably not, since there's many numbers to choose from. So that's 3 halves, so the f of x equals, reduce that, 3 halves. 3 halves x to the 4th plus cx plus a d. Not too bad, right? Well, let's put one more little twist on this. That'll be it. To be able to find that constant, the C or the D or whatever we have, you need to know a little bit of information. Here's, for example, find f if f prime of x equals 2x plus 3 and f of 2 equals 4. See, I added information. What this will do, this will allow me to find C, the actual value C. So it locks it in. If you give me the function value at whatever x value, that locks in what C needs to be. Okay? So here's how it works. So to get f, I need to do the antiderivative. So that would be x squared. So I have 2 over 2. That's 1. 1x squared plus 3x plus C. With me? Well, now using this information, what does that tell me? Doesn't that tell me the function value when x is what it is? Yeah. This is the x value, right? And then this is the f of x value. That's the function value at that x. So I'm going to plug in x to be 2, f of x to be 4. Then I can find out C. That'll be 10 plus C, so subtract the 10. So like C is negative 6. So that tells me f of x is x squared plus 3x minus 6. Plug in C to be negative 6. So to find out what C specifically needs to be, you have to have that other little bit of information. Okay? Is that okay? All right, one more then. We got that one? All right, find f if f double prime is the cube root of x plus 128 over x cubed. And then we've got f prime of 8 is 0, and f of 1 is 7. Okay? Again, this allows me to find, with those bits of information there, that'll allow me to find my constants that I've got. Now, first note, cube root of x, what is it? X to the 1/3. 128x cubed, let's think there, 128x to the minus 3, right? All right, so that'll allow me to go up here. So I want to find f, but first of all I find from the second derivative, I do the antiderivative, I find the first derivative, right? F prime. So what is f prime here? It's the antiderivative of this. So that would be add 1 to 1/3. That's 1/3 plus 3/3. That's 4/3. What goes up front here then? Reciprocal, 3/4. Because it's 1 over 4/3. All right, over here, add 1 to the negative 3. That's negative 2. So I'd have 128 divided by negative 2 plus a c, which is f prime is 3/4 x to the 4/3. That'd be minus 64, wouldn't it? X minus 2 plus c. But I can do better because now I know a specific value when, well, x is 8 anyway. I know that x is 8. When x is 8, f prime is 0. What does that tell me then? What I can do then here is find c because I can plug this in. This is the x and this is the f prime. So f prime is 0, x is 8. Hey, that worked out nicely. Picked out numbers that were pretty nice here. Well, first of all, what is that? And you can plug it in your calculator, but think about it. The denominator is 3, means cube root. So we got the cube root of 8, which is 2. then raise that to the 4th power, that's 16, isn't it? 8 to the 4 thirds is 16. 8 to the minus 2 is 1 over 8 squared, which is 1 over 64. So I have 64 times 1 over 64. What's that? That's 1. So I have 3/4 times 16 minus 1 plus c. See, reduce here, that's 4, so that would be 12 minus 1 plus c, or 11 plus c. So it looks like c is minus 11. So all this, and I now know c is minus 11. With me? Let me erase that. Because I still need f, so I've got to go an antiderivative again. If I do the antiderivative now of my newfound f prime, what do I get? Well, I get 3/4 times, this will be x to the 4 thirds plus 1 would be 4 thirds plus 3 thirds, that's 7 thirds, isn't it? So up front here I'd have 3/7. Then I have minus 64 times x to the, well, that would be minus 2 plus 1 would be minus 1, so I have 1 over minus 1 times all that. Then I have minus 11x plus c or d, whatever you want to call it. Simplifying that a bit. 9/28 x to the 7 thirds. Minus minus will be plus 64 x to minus 1. Minus 11x plus d. But I can find d because I've got f of 1 equals 7. So plug that in, and I was really nice to you there. Or to myself anyway. I got x is 1. The function value is 7. So 7 here. The x's are all 1s. Right? So that's 1. So that's 9/28. 1 to the negative 1 is 1, so that's 64. 11 times 1, so that's minus 11 plus d. Let's just do this. All right, so 7 minus 9/28 minus 64 plus 11, that's what d is. We can figure that out. We are good, good to go. Calculator's real handy to do that. Turn it over to a fraction. Minus 1297 over 28. So I wasn't really that nice to myself. So that goes in for D there. So I'll forego writing it all. There it is.